Hi everyone, this is Chris at Highline Handmade Guitars. In this video I wanted to show the techniques that I use for leveling, crowning, and dressing my frets. The first step is to strap the guitar to my neck jig. I built this neck jig a couple of years ago and I use it to support the neck while I'm leveling the frets. Step 2, I use a notch straight edge to make sure that the fretboard is dead level. As you can see, this fretboard isn't quite level yet. Step 3, I'll adjust the truss rod to flatten the fretboard. Some players like to have a little bit of relief. If that's the case, I'll use my notch straight edge and feeler gauges, and then I'll continue to adjust the truss rod until I get just the right amount of relief. I usually measure this at around the 8th fret. Step 4, after adjusting the truss rod to my liking, I'll raise the support rods until they just touch the back of the neck. Then I'll strap the headstock. Step 5, fretwork is really messy, so I like to protect the fretboard with some masking tape, but make sure that the tape doesn't wrap around the back of the neck in case you're using a delicate finish. Step 6, I'll mark the tops of the fret wire with a red Sharpie. Why a red Sharpie? Because I can see red better. Step 7, I use an 18-inch long precision ground leveling beam with 320 grit sandpaper to level. It only takes a few strokes back and forth to level off the tops, but it's very important that the beam run parallel to the center line. If you run it parallel to the tapered edges, you'll end up with frets that have a conical radius. Step 8. After I finish leveling the frets, I like to put 4 or 5 pieces of masking tape over the 15th fret. That way I can level the upper frets at a slightly downward angle. This creates what is known as fall-off. Fall-off helps to eliminate fret buzz where the strings are vibrating the most. As soon as the red Sharpie has been sanded off all the tops of the frets, I know they're level. Step 9. At this point, the frets are level, but the tops are flat. So to recrown them, I'll use a triangular 3-corner file. It's the old-fashioned way of doing it, but I can do it pretty fast. The way I do it is I remark the tops of the frets with a red Sharpie, and then I begin to file. As I work, that red Sharpie line gets narrower and narrower until it's just a very faint, thin line running right down the center of the fret wire. When I get to that point, I know I've got it crowned properly. Step 10. I like to use a fret rocker tool to check 3 frets at a time along the length of the fretboard. I'm looking for high spots that I might have missed during leveling. However, if I've done the leveling correctly, there shouldn't be any problems. Step 11. If by chance there are any high spots, I'll use a diamond fret crowning tool just to do a little bit of spot leveling. Step 12. I use a mini 3-corner triangular file to deburr and round over the ends of each fret wire. Step 13. To remove all the scratches left by my files and tools, I like to use sandpaper wrapped around a block of maple that has a groove formed along the edge that conforms to the shape of the fret wire. To make this block, I'll take a sheet of 220 grit sandpaper and lay it grit side up over one of the fret wires. Then I'll run that block of maple back and forth over the fret wire until the groove is formed. Step 14. I'll start with 400 grit sandpaper and wrap it around the block and work my way along the fretboard. After I'm finished with 400, I'll move on to 600, then 800, and then 1000 grit. Step 15. I'll give each fret a once-over with some ultra-fine steel wool. Step 16. Each fret is buffed to a mirror-like shine with my Dremel. And there you have it, 16 steps to a perfect fret job. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.